Welcome back to Great Day. It's the nightmare that no parent wants to ever have to face. Like this case in Houston last January, a stranger was accused of abducting a 6-year-old girl.
The kidnapping happened not long after little Kelly got off the school bus. Her mother was loading laundry in the car while Kelly was playing with ice here. In a split second, investigators say Ramos snatched the little girl and put her in his Jeep.
She was crying and she was like, I want to go back to my house, and he was like, I'm taking you home, and she was like, no, I don't live this way, I live the other way.
Well, all things considered, that case was a happy ending. Would your child know what to do to get out of a situation like this? A few simple moves could turn the tables on a bigger, stronger adult. Here to explain, please welcome Brad Ryan and his son Nicholas with Kid Escape. Hello there. All right, so before we get to the moves that you're about to show us, every parent has to have that conversation with their child. That preventive conversation, if you will.
Yes, exactly. When it comes to teaching kids about strangers, a lot of times it's one thing that's kind of a myth out there. A lot of kids will think the strangers or the bad guys are scary, or they might be, you know, big, you know, bearded, scary man. Yeah. And really that's not the case.
It's oftentimes the opposite. They know to look very kind and, you know, fatherly or motherly like. The other thing is kids by nature, most of us have taught our kids to be respectful of adults, and so that becomes kind of a hard issue too. Yes, and it's finding that balance of being respectful, but, you know, a stranger by definition is someone that the family doesn't know. Right. And a lot of times it's you know, for let's say healthy strangers would be people in uniforms like police officers, firefighters, or if like people in the stores, such as like in uniforms and stuff like that. Basically, you want to go to a public place if they get separated. Right, right. All right. So where stranger danger leaves off is where Kid Escape picks up. This is when your child may be in trouble, and just to know a few simple things can really turn the tables on that opponent. Yeah, the thing with Kid Escape, it's been around approaching almost 20 years now, and we've taught several 100,000 people across the U.S. And just like you said, Deborah, you know, Kid Escape, Kids and Cops that they teach in the local Houston schools is great, but it's all preventative. And so just like you said, where all those preventative programs such as Kid Escape and Stranger Danger and Kids and Cops stops, that's where Kid Escape starts. So the first thing I want to demonstrate is really when we ask child, I do assemblies all over Houston, and when we ask children if a stranger comes up to you, what do you do? And they usually say run, shout, get help, fight back, kick and punch them and stuff like that. So my first demonstration is going to be, okay, well, if it's someone bigger and stronger, and I own a martial arts school as well here in Houston, but the reality is when a little boy tries to kick and punch me, run and shout and get help, and once I have a hand on him, all those kicks and punches are not going to stop. Right, and martial arts, you know, it's a little bit different than some of these moves are borrowed from martial arts, but it's a little bit different. Yes, exactly. So the first demonstration I want to show real quick is I'm going to kind of grab Nicholas by the wrist, and what he's going to do is what normal kids do is run, shout, get help, try to pull back, try to punch me, try to kick me, and try to get away. All right, so go ahead and do that. What I'm going to do is probably go right here. And then basically I'm going to try to just move them maybe about 10 feet here, and we're going to see how long that takes. Okay, ready? Okay. Awesome, awesome. Good job. You got him, but it's clear that something is going wrong. If people need to pay attention, it's clear something's wrong. And normally when I do these like in assembly formats at school and stuff, what I usually try to do is I pick like corner to corner for a mat, and it's like 30 feet. And I can usually grab the child, pick them up, and move them 30 feet in 3 seconds. Okay, so let's get our next move. Okay, so the next move is, now Kid Escape's based on a concept called grip, dip, and spin. So the first move, basically by him staying on his feet, what you notice is basically he almost helps me with his mobility. Right. So what we're going to do is he wants to learn how to stabilize himself, so I decrease my mobility, he increases his stability. So the first is grip and dip. So as I start pulling him, he's going to realize that gets he's going to go right down. Exactly. And this is the grip and dip. So now if you notice, by doing this, his center of gravity is lower. It's harder for me to pick him up, but I still have mobility because I still have one leg.
So then the next thing is the spin part. So as I start moving around here, what's going to happen is he lets go of here, he goes into the other one, scissors,
This is like a club on,
yes,
on your legs.
Exactly.
Here.
And now if I try to move efficiently here, or if I try to pick him up this way. So what I'd like to do is do it one more time, but now, Nicholas, I'm going to grab him again, full speed, full power, and I'm going to try to move him that 10, 15 feet, but now you do Kid Escape. Okay,
and
ready?
While you're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and let people know Kid Escape has an upcoming seminar on April the 5th. That upcoming seminar, April the 5th. For more information, you can log on to greatdayhouston.com. So basically what you did is you made that predator think, I got to move on because this child is too much of a fight.
Just like anything, it's a path of least resistance, and they want a child they can befriend and manipulate and get to that second location. This increases the time. So instead of taking 3 seconds to get to my van, now it might take 30 seconds, 1 minute, 2 minutes, and I'm going to get
giving
scared.
up, and because people have noticed.
Exactly.
All right, thank you so much for
Okay,
showing us.
thank you.
Thank you. With kids out of school, of course, many of them are enjoying the excitement at Rodeo Houston. Up next, we look at a fan favorite. It's kid versus sheep. Nicholas, can you take down a sheep? Okay, there's a big old belt buckle on the line. We sent our correspondent Courtney Perna to check out Mutton Bustin'.